Hey guys, Christian here. Let's see, today is Monday, April the 20th, 2015. I want to talk to you guys today about some dreams I've been having. They're just very short little snippets, and so I didn't make videos when I had them, but they're important, and so I want to bring them out now. I've been having them for the past, well, I've been having for a while actually, at least this particular principle. Only recently I've been seeing it for the past week or so, and I want to mention this with you. First, let me go back to where previous dream that I've talked about that kind of shows this principle. In one of the dreams I've already shared with you guys, there's two women, blondes, and it's like I'm at a airport or on a plane or something, and they're from Canada, and they are speaking to me as though I am somebody, right? And I take note of that because it's not how I view myself, but obviously they have a higher opinion of me, right, in this dream. And that's one of the ones that I've seen in the past where it shows this principle, and I wanted to share that with you today because I'm seeing it again. The most recent dream I had a few days back, I saw that I was looking at my YouTube channel and I had 120 subscribers in the dream, which is odd because at the time of having the dream I only have 105. But I know what he's telling me is coming because I've seen this principle before. And prior to that dream, I had another dream where I see there a quick glance, I see like 100,000 views, and I don't have that kind of views, but I had that kind of views, and I look again, and it seems to be 1,000, so it's like it's by thousands to 100,000 kind of thing. And the point isn't the number, the point is, well, I guess the point is partially the number, the fact that it's bigger than I expect, but also the fact that he's showing this concept, this principle of bringing to light and lifting a person up, okay? So I want to talk about that because what we're talking about is fame. That's something that the Bible is very clear on, talks about in various different places. It's not something most people know about though. I couldn't remember where that verse was that I want to share with you guys today discussing this concept, so I did a vague search on Google and I got all kinds of comments, ran across all kinds of comments people had from a Christian perspective on the concept of fame, and the majority of them were really wrong, so I thought, let me just go ahead and clarify that. What I'm talking about today, and these dreams are showing, is that God's saying, I'm going to make you famous, alright? Now, where do you get that biblically? That's a good question. First, let me show it to you in the New International Version, and then I'll share it with you in the New Living Translation. It's 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 9. And I'll read it to you in the NIV. It says, I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have cut off all your enemies from before you. Now I will make your name great, like the names of the greatest men on earth. Now in the New Living Translation it says, I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have destroyed all of your enemies before your eyes. Now I will make your name as famous as anyone who has ever lived on the earth. This is something that God is going to do to me. This is something that God's going to do to the church. Remember, whatsoever God is to me, He will do to the church. So let's talk about that. A lot of the misconceptions that I saw when I did a search for it earlier this morning, people viewed it as they view the world and their fame, and they say it as idolatry and things like that. And I grant you shouldn't go out looking for fame. However, if you know who Abraham is, if you know who King David is, if you know who King Solomon was, all these people, you know who they are because of fame. God has given them a name, right? All these blessings I'm talking about, God pouring out on me and therefore pouring out on the church, are an extension of something He's already done in the Bible, and something He's continuing to do to His people. Okay, so keep that in mind whenever you're hearing these words. First, check it against Scripture, but remember that these things are not new. These are old. From the lottery, it's not a new concept. The stock market, not a new concept. Houses that you did not build, not a new concept. Moving to mountains, that's not a new concept. Various different parts that I've shared with you guys already are clearly marked out in Scripture. A lot of people first hear this stuff and they're like, whoa, that doesn't sound like God at all, because your view of God is skewed. So be in the Word, search it out, and you will begin to see clearly, okay? For some reason, people have this view of God like He's this big mean dude that's just up there, and if you do anything wrong, He's smacking you. It was never His intent, ever. In fact, he chastises us like children, but it's only to bring us back to where He wants us originally. And originally it was, look, I've made all of creation and I put you in it so that you can have dominion of it. It's not an evil thing. You know, people think money's evil. Nothing wrong with money. God created gold. There's a problem with the love of money. But it's important to take note that you don't immediately dismiss these things simply because you're not familiar with them. And if you're not familiar with them, ask yourself why you're not familiar with them. I ask myself sometimes, you know, God has this huge blessing, right? He's been pouring out on his people since the beginning of time. Now, we don't see much of that today in the church. Why? Is God unfaithful, or are we? I think the answer is we have been unfaithful, and therefore we've not seen this blessing, right? When you turn and you submit and you humble yourself, he'll heal your land, okay? Just want to share it with you guys today. God bless, take care. I will see you again tomorrow.